Hey guys, my name is Andrew. I'm putting together this video for Subsonic 300 Blackout factory loaded cartridges, and specifically the velocities that I would see achieved, because a lot of times the velocities on the box are reported as say 1,000 feet per second, whatever, but that's out of a 16-inch barrel. Well, with 300 Blackout, obviously most people have a lot less than that. That's actually one of the whole reasons 300 Blackout was created, was to be able to have better performance out of shorter barrels. And so mine is a 7.5 inch, and I won't go into the whole build. I don't know, not that it really matters all that much, but the main parts here are 7.5 inch, 1 in 5 twist barrel from Tactical Kinetics, shooting it suppressed with a Griffin Armament Explorer 300 Gen 2 can. As far as anything else, honestly, standard bolt carrier. It's titanium nitride finish. So it's very slick. One thing that may have been a factor was shooting with a Magpul T-Mag. I usually use Lancers, and I say that because for 2 of these loads, there were malfunctions. One, I never got malfunctions before. Hornady, I have gotten malfunctions, not from a failure to cycle, but just failure to feed. And by cycle, I mean it did have enough power behind it to cycle the bolt and everything. It was just actually feeding into the chamber. So anyway, we will get into it here. And so these are the 6. It's AAC, 220 grain Sabre blade black tip, the AAC Sierra MatchKing, the Hornady 190 grain Sub-X bullets, Magtech 200 grain FMJs, and the Minuteman Munitions 220 grain TMJs, and then the Winchester super suppressed. So these are the results right here, ordered by Average Kinetic Energy. You can kind of see, this is kind of the total result. So we'll come back to this later, but you can pause here if you wanted to just kind of see the results of everything. So anyway, this first one, like I said, AAC Sabre blade black tip, 220 grain. These ones fed fine. Overall, these ones I would say are fine. They are not the cheapest, actually, for target rounds. That is, they're a couple dollars more, a few dollars more than AAC's standard, but they fed fine. The standard deviation was better, as you're about to see, than AAC's 220 grain Sierra MatchKing, the open tip match rounds. But they were okay. For the price, probably a little expensive, at least if you're just buying boxes of 20 at a time. That's just me. This next one, so again, I actually didn't get any footage of the AAC with the Sierra MatchKings, but this was after I shot the last round. These were not great. I mean, this was one of the speed, that was the last shot, only 836 feet per second. Listen, I expected them to be slower than the 1,000 feet per second posted on the box, but not this much slower. I mean, and this was really why I created this video. I mean, you're not even hitting 900 feet per second, 369 feet. I mean, you'll get a lot of 9mm rounds that are actually better than that. So, just something, not that you would use these for self-defense, I'm just saying. Hornady, this was the part that this was rough, because these were so great from the consistency, from their speeds. They actually really surprised me. They nearly hit box spec despite the fact that I was only shooting out a 7.5-inch barrel, which actually makes me think, wait, would these actually be supersonic out of a 16-inch barrel? I'm not sure where I am. I was shooting indoors. I'm at an elevation about 600 feet, so it's about 1,125 feet per second. So there's a buffer zone there. But I'm just saying, like, would have, loved these otherwise had it not been for the major issue with the feeding. And I kind of cut that part out, but, kind of fast forwards here and you can see. But overall, these tied the Minuteman, which you'll see in a second, for the highest average kinetic energy, definitely the fastest speed, which I kind of expected, being 190 grain bullet versus the 200 to 220 grains of the other ones. But man, that malfunction, and this is supposed to be a defensive round for some people, so I use supersonics myself, but I'm just saying. Anyway, so this one, moving on to Magtech, this one was probably my favorite for what I was looking for, which is just good ammo for plinking, pretty cheap, about as affordable as anything, and it was consistent. It fed well. It didn't have any problem feeding, and as you can see here, I mean, pretty good speed, right around 1,000 feet per second. So who knows what you get out of a 16-inch barrel, but it probably would hit its box spec on that. But I'm just saying, like, this one overall, I'd say probably my favorite for the value and the price that you get. Magtech just does good stuff. So anyway, moving on here, this is the Minuteman. This one I sort of expected better from. I love the fact that they are one of the only companies. Phantom Defense is another one that says, like, we're going to optimize for shorter barrels. Okay, great. They say for under 12 inches, right? Which is most 300 Blackout. But then this extreme spread was absurd, and there was a malfunction. And like the Hornady Sub X, it had a big fat nose. It didn't help. Again, maybe it was because I was using the T-Mag that day. But this had 140-ish extreme spread, huge standard deviation. I mean, this was, it was all over the place. Like, high kinetic energy, it does feel hot when you shoot it compared to the other loads. But man, this thing, as you can see here, standard deviation of 47 feet per second, 143 extreme spread. Good kinetic energy on average, but that ranged from 403 to 540 foot-pounds. So, like, make it that what you will. Winchester, super suppressed. This is you can usually find this pretty cheap. Not always. Some places charge some stupid amounts for it, especially if you buy it at some big box like Bass Pro or Academy. But if you find it on sale, it's not bad, but I don't know. This one was the second worst in terms of standard deviation and extreme spread. Also pretty weak overall. And it has that nose that kind of looks like a freaking butthole. I mean, let's be honest. It looks like an anus, right? Anyway, we're back to this, and going back to what I said about Minuteman, you had the issue with the feeding on that, which, again, it's a big fat thing here, and I'm a bit of a Minuteman myself, right, fellas? No, just my problem. Anyway, again, that one was kind of disappointing. And I don't know, I guess I pretty much covered everything I wanted to say, which is Magtech for plinking ammo, for consistency, just for what it is. It's a good target range ammo for a good price. Hornady, if it weren't for the feeding issues, just performance-wise, was absolutely the best. it does make me want to try out their AMAX load, their 208 grain AMAX, because that it has a ogive kind of like the Sabre blade black tip, which I think would really help with any sort of feeding issues or preventing any feeding issues. So as long as they load it consistently the same way, then those would be good to go. But again, they're not cheap. And then the AAC, that one again, kind of, especially the Sierra MatchKings, at least that 5-round group, kind of disappointing. But yeah, anyway, I pretty much covered everything there is to cover here, and in the end, I don't know. I like the Magtech, but I'll be testing out some more loads, and yeah. In the meantime, stay safe and have fun.